Good morning and welcome to the Craft Room. I'm Ellie Barnes. Today we're going to be looking at or starting to do some of our 3D Christmas projects, and the first one I'm going to bring you is a little Christmas gift box bag, handbag. So it's a little handbag really, but it makes a lovely little gifting. My daughter saw this and she is just so over the moon. She wants them on the table for Christmas and one for every one of her friends as well. So I could be here till Christmas making them. But they're really cute. They're not hard to do. And I'm going to show you how it's all done in a moment. But I'm just going to check that we are going live in the right place. So, yes, is it coming through? Oh, it could be. We could be doing all right. Yes, I think we're doing okay. So I'm going to turn down to the desk because we'll get straight into it. I'm sure you don't want to hear all the yakking. Just before I do turn down to the desk, don't forget kits are still on sale. So if you're wanting to get any of the kits, especially, I should have had one here ready to show you. I've got a couple here. Let me show you. Especially the gift kit. I'm not sure if they're available though. We've got the gift tag kits or decorations. You can use them as tags on gifts because you've got room there to put something on the back, both of them. Or you can put a photo on the back or all sorts of things. I'm giving mine away. I've done so many of them and I'm loving it, and I've got gifts for everyone I know. I like to give out little gifts as thank yous, so I've done a heap of them to give away. So there's heaps of kits available. There's gift tags you can do. There's Christmas cards. I don't know if it's back. Hopefully it's back before the end of the thing. There's the house, the haunted house. We didn't get to do that last week. We're going to have to do it this week, I'm sure. Well, we do. It's Halloween. My daughter will be at me all day. So let's get started. Let's get down to the desk and I'll see if we can get this bag done fairly quickly so that it's not too hard. It's just remembering the measurements. And if you do need the measurements and you don't catch them while I'm doing them, please message me and I can send them to you. So let's go down to the desk now. Let's do this so you don't get too much sealing. You get messy desk instead. It wants to end. Oh, and I've got too much of the stand in again. I'm not very good at all this stuff. You'd think I'd get better at it, but we'll get there. Anyhow, that's not too bad. And we'll move that over so I know if I get all the junk. I've got a messy corner here. You can see I just fill my desk up with stuff. I've been trying to get all the kits and things from the past done. But that's a whole other story. It seems you're always crafting and trying to get things done, I find. Okay. We're going to go straight into cutting and measuring because this is the essential part of our kit, of our bag, is getting our measurements right. One sheet of paper, I think half a sheet of designer series paper will do. I do have another spare piece here just in case because as you can see I've cut into it, but I think that'll be fine for us. And the designer series paper I'm using is Sentimental Christmas, which is the one, and I've been using it all this summer or this Christmas season. It's the one that donates $4 from every purchase, $4.25 to children's literacy in the country in which you purchase it. So here in Australia, if you buy this paper, $4.25 goes to children's literacy. And I think that's just a fabulous thing. Hence, I've been using this as my go-to paper. So to do our handbag, we first need to cut our cardstock right down at 10 centimetres. That's the width of our bag. Now, I've only done this once as a little practice run. when I designed it. So let's see if I get these measurements right. 6.5 centimetres we're scoring at, and then we're scoring at 10 centimetres. And then we're going to take this 10 centimetres up to 16, this score line. So the last score line we did, and we're taking it up to 16.5, which is very hard to find because it's right in this fold. It's actually just past where our arm folds out. There's the 16.5, there's the 15.5, and I have worked it out to be, look, if I come back not just on the line, just slightly over the line, but it really isn't a huge issue on this one. So I'm just putting my score line just on the other side of the split here, and that's been close enough. So we've cut that piece off. So that's our handbag, and it is going to fold a bit like we fold. That's the front. I'll fold it properly after. That's the base, and this is going to turn over here. So it's going to be a bit like that. Now we need another couple of pieces, so we're going to take this piece. Now, have I got enough? No, I haven't got enough. I've got to do it this way. This piece needs to be 6 centimetres wide, and I need 2. They're the side pieces. And then I'm just going to put them aside while I've got this piece. I need a 1.5 centimetre piece. By 15. And then I'm going to score it at 1.5 at both ends. And this will be our handle. So we'll pop that up there. Now these 2 side pieces we're coming back to. So we have them at 6 centimetres wide, and they need to be 7.5. Now I'm questioning myself and I'm looking at my notes here. 7.5 centimetres. So we'll take that piece off. And we'll do the same here. And then this piece we're going to score 1 centimetre on both the long sides and 1 centimetre along the bottom. And this piece is the same. 1 centimetre both the sides and 1 centimetre along the bottom. Now, to get my paper to go on to my bag, to decorate it, it needs to be 9.5 centimetres, which is 0.5 centimetre shorter than the width. So we'll cut that all the way down. Now for the front, this piece here, I want a piece, and I'm going to cut it, we might cut this piece. No, I'll do it this one. We need this piece to be 6 centimetres. Am I right? I'm just checking my notes. The front. Yes, 6 centimetres. 9.5 by 6 centimetres. So that's going to fit nicely there. For the flap part, I'm going to need 16 centimetres. So, again, I'm looking. Did I need 16? I cut that at 16, didn't I? She's confused herself now. I need 15.5 centimetres to go there. My two side pieces, I need them to be 3.5 centimetres, and this will do nicely, and they need to be 6 centimetres high. So I'm going to cut that bit off there and cut these at 3.5. Now we'll find out if I'm right when we get to put all this together. So we'll put that aside. And the last piece I need is to cover the handle. Now I've got this bit here, that'll be perfect for me. But I need I need 1.5 centimetres, and it's a bit hard to get. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it off, and I think that's a little bit over. And I'm going to put it on, actually I need to put it on 1.5, don't I? Now something isn't straight on this piece, one side, so let's just put it there. That should be 1.5 centimetres, and we need it at 15, and that will decorate our handle. So let's get all these scrap bits aside for other projects. Put this aside, and let's see if we have got things right. So first of all, this is the front of our bag. So I need to get my my bone folder, and go through and fold all the flaps before we do anything else. Let's get the flaps folded. This one over here. And this one too. And these are going to fold up. And you'll see why after, but we're just going to do that. Now we'll start on these side pieces. These bottom corners need to come off. And I'm doing them straight, so I'm cutting along the score lines. And the same with this one. Now I found it easier to decorate with the designer series paper before I put it together, and that's what I'm going to do. So the first thing, we'll just glue a little piece in here and here, and we'll flatten that out and glue this one on here. We'll leave the bigger one for a minute, and I'll show you how that's going to go, but we'll glue this one on here. So they're the first few pieces we're going to put together. So I'll just grab our glue. Now, you can use, I don't use mine enough. I think this is it. Yes, Stamp and Seal Plus. This is really strong. I'm no good at getting it to roll. I lack of practice. I'm a bit old school, and I loved the old one that Stamping Up had, and I haven't got used to the new ones because I've used the wet glue too much. But I find the wet glue is fabulous anyhow for 3D products. You've just got to have a bit more patience because it glues so strongly. I do not use tear and tape on my 3D projects because over time it tends to dry up and fall off. So that's just my experience. I'm sure everyone's got their own stories as to what glue they use and why. But that's my experience. So that's on, that's on. Let's pop this one on. This one is cut to fit right across, and I want to spread the glue all over because it's going to be handled quite a lot, being the handle. Didn't get that too good, did I? That's better. Now this piece is going to go, that's up the right way and this is up the right way, because when this is glued there and it folds over, we want it up the right way. I love this piece of paper. I thought it's going to be fantastic for scrapbooking, but I really wanted to find projects I could use it on. Now, I'm using a fair bit of glue in the centre there because, again, there is going to be a bit of pressure on this piece because it's going to curve. So we now have some basic pieces together. Let's put our sides in and form the bag. This isn't a very long bag, difficult bag to make. So hopefully you feel inspired to try it. Now, I found the easiest was to put it down that side, bend that in, and put it on that side. And being wet glue, of course, I have to hold it, but it gives me some wiggle room to make sure I get it exactly where I want it, which is an added bonus. So, and it's already taken up. It's not completely dry, but it's taken up, so I can go over to this side and do exactly the same. So I just do the side and the bottom to start with. Oh no, I have missed a step, but I can do it still, but I need to do it before I glue the other side of this. So that's got those two bits. We'll let that just dry for a second before I attack. We'll go back to the handle. Now I'd scored it already, so I know where it's going to bend, and I'm just going to reinforce that now that the paper is on, the DSP paper, the Designer Series paper. And I'm going to now curve the handle. So we have a handle that will curve and sit like so, or from your side like that. Now I meant to do this before I started gluing those sides, but I can still do it. I just want to put some curve into this. And it's a bit harder on this side. I think I found this way, because you're sort of a bit cack-handed on that side, but that looks like it's getting some curve. We particularly want a bit more, so particularly up here. Let's see how we go now. We'll glue those sides on and we'll see. We might have to give it a bit more of a oomph. do one side at a time. Might just hold that for another minute or so before I attack this side. Perhaps I should have put some glue there. We'll just shove some glue down. Don't know if you can see that, but I'm just shoving the glue in there. And we'll hold that. Probably would have been easier had I put the glue on both sides before I started gluing it, but you do get a little bit of glue on your fingers, I find. It's always handy. I did have one out before. I've used it, but just a bit of a wipe. You'll be keep your fingers with working with it if it's just if you're pushing the papers on and the glue on. So we have a box and it goes around like this. And to help it stay, I'm going to use, I'll just put the cap on the glue for a minute. I'm going to use these heavy duty, I don't know why they're heavy duty, but they're the Velcro dots. And I find the best way to do it, I like to put this bit, the rough bit, in behind here, so the soft bit's there where kids will be touching it. But you think this will be for kids? I reckon it's going to be for girlfriends as well. So I just put it right in the centre, just so you can't see it. And I don't need a huge overlap, so I just sort of work out where I think it'll sit nicely. And that's how we end up with our little box like so. So we can pop those aside. And then we're going to get the handle on top. And the easiest way to find out where exactly it should go, I found, was from the side. So we'll put a little bit of glue on this end. Can do them both at once, but it's easier. Why make our life too hard? A little bit of glue here. And I just want it at the end of the designer series paper. And so it's right at the top there and it's curved. So if I put my finger there and press down, this helps that piece of cardstock to curve with the curve. And let's move slightly. That's why wiggle room's good. And then we'll put some glue on this end. Make sure that's still where we want it. Check this one from the side. It's where we want it. Up to the end of the designer series paper and hold it there for a minute. Now what I found after I've done that, oh, that's just a fraction too far over. There we go. Just get some. I find if you go back after they've sat for a few minutes and just make sure they're pressed down on those sides, going round with the box lid. And that just gives it a really good hold. So there's our little handbag. Now, I could leave it at that, but I'm not going to. I decided I wanted to decorate the front and I wanted to put some words on, but I didn't want to spend time stamping and doing all sorts of things. So I grabbed out the ephemera, how do we say that? Ephemera packs. And I'm going to grab some words that I think will work on there. Nothing there. I think I might use this, thinking of you. That that looks like it's garden green. It's got some nice gold on it. Yeah, that's going to go nicely. Now, we've got candy canes. I could use a red one. Oh, here's a nice stripy one. Oh, I like that. I might use the stripy one. We might put a little bit of greenery on it to go with the greenery. What else have we got? Anything else we need? Oh, I might use that. Do I need more greenery? Let's pull it off just in case. All right. Now, I think I will put that onto there. And I want, oh, stuck to my fingers. I want to sit it up. So I'm going to use these side bits. Might get my actual pick. It's easier. These are off one of the other packs that I threw in the bin. I only had 2 little bits left. Because I use everything. Don't throw them out. Use everything. I'll put another couple of bits on. These side bits are great for little pieces that you might need. It's stuck to my finger again. Must have a bit of glue on my fingers. So let's do that. And that one's off. Get those bits off. And pop that on here. I like that. Might try and pop it on straight though. Always helps when it's straight. Needs to have a little bit cut off the end there. Yeah, that's all right. It's a little bit not as centred as I'd like. No, I'm going to do it again. Isn't it beautiful how you can lift them, and love wiggle rooms. Because if you're not happy, you can get it right. I don't know if that's any better. It'll do. So I think I'll put that under there like that. I'm just looking at that. It's got too much white on it for my liking to go with that paper. So I'm just going to trim. Bit of fussy cutting. You don't have to, but it's just me being fussy. There we go. Let's pop that in under there. Is that all we need? Let's see. We're going to do something like that. Do we need this piece? Oh, we could. Yes, we might. Why not? I'm not too worried about the stem because I'm going to use that to hold it at the back of the sign. Right. I think I'll grab my glue dots. It's got itself unravelled. Oh, there it ends. Get rid of all that rubbish. Do you talk to yourself when you craft? I do. You can tell, can't you? Now, I'm going to pop that in under there. And I'll put a glue dot on that one. And pop that one under like so. Oh yeah, like that. And then I'll pop a glue dot somewhere in the middle of this. and work out where it's going to go. Maybe like that. Maybe we'll just go over that red just a tad. So just like that. Now, I've decided this is going to sit up too, so we're going to put this on dimensionals. And I want it to be quite strong and sturdy, so I'm actually going to pack dimensionals behind it because it's going to be possibly carried around, shown to people, filled up and emptied again. Who knows? And we'll put one there to hold that, and one there to hold that. Now, that candy canes hasn't got much to hold it. I thought it might, but I might just, with the magic of this glue, put a little dollop under there and there, so that I thought a dimensional might end up sitting on it. It didn't. Where's my wet one? Over here. Just give it a little bit of clean up on that side, and any glue that's come out this side. Now let's get those off. Wonder if I can... No, it's all too hard, I think, to get a dimensional along that thin line. Probably could if I tried, though. Getting too many on there. Can do about 6, and then I find it gets a bit too many for it. You know, I'm going to be determined, aren't I? I'm going to, on this end, there's some really tiny pieces, thin pieces. I'm going to try and get a couple of those out. Pop one here. Oh yeah, they'll fit. Now get that bit off. Now everything's sticking to me. And get this one. And I'm a bit concerned that it may not stay still enough. I'm thinking of kids when I'm making it this sturdy, because, and my Bella is in many ways just a kid. So let's pop one here. Didn't get that in the right spot. I find using my fingers is not good because I can't see what I'm doing. With a pick, it makes life so much easier. I've got stuck everywhere. Let's get that bit off. All right, now it's sticky on both sides. And pop it there. All right, I think that's looking right. Now get that sitting right. You might open it for a minute. Oh, yeah, we'll open it for a minute. Right. Now, I have a problem, you'd think, but I don't. I know with it'll be a problem for Bella if I give her this one, because I've gone up too high with the decorations, but I'm just going to make it work. I'm going to... She says... Having all the trouble in the world. I should have left it closed. Going to bring them up over the... Probably shouldn't go up over it, but there you go. That's what I've done. You know what? This is only going to cause grief, and being dimensionals, I can lift it all up. Even that one is fallen off. Oh, he wasn't up there, was he? I'm actually going to make him, I'm going to cut bits off him so he doesn't hang so low. So he only hangs like that. So I can bring that right down to the bottom. And then it's only just that tad over the top. It's not as bad as it was. Still not good though. I was going to have that go there, wasn't I? And that one can go a bit further down that way. I'm readjusting. I'm sorry, I should have this planned out beforehand. I didn't. I'm going to trim it so it fits in here. We'll get this bit on and then I'll put the other bits on. How about that? I want it to be there. This bit can fit in under here. There we go. That little bit going up there won't hurt. And this bit can fit there. So there you go. They won't have trouble now opening and closing. And you can pop that little bit over. That's it. Took me longer to decorate than make, didn't it? But that's part of, I guess, the fun. So hopefully you quite like that idea of a little handbag. And, you know, it's not a bad size. You could put quite a few things in there. You're talking box size. Where's my little ruler? Well, that's 6.5 by 10 by 4. So you'd get quite a few chockies in there, or you could put a little gift in there. I think for me, because I'm going to put them on the table, I often give out little gifts. So I think I will be putting something personal, like might be for a girl, a necklace, a pair of earrings or something, some chockies, that sort of thing. So that it's got a few little things to keep everyone happy and busy. Anyhow, that's my little gift bag, and of course it's easy to take home. You just need to hang it off a finger while you're carrying all the other presents. All right, let's go back up here. Yes, there's the back of the desk. Where am I going? There. I'll get there one day. One day I'll know what I'm doing. But that's my little gift bag. As I said, it's a fun little... I'll put it over this side. It's a fun little project you can do. It's quite easy to make the bag itself. And you can have as much fun decorating it as you like. I chose this paper because I loved it. But you could put any paper on it. You could even do a different colour down the bottom to the top. You could do anything. In fact, I might make a few because I know I'm going to need some. And I'll pop them up together on my page later this week. Have a really, really good week. Hope you get to enjoy the sunshine. We're really wrapped that we've got sunshine today because we flooded the laundry in the hallway last night. It was a lovely little project to do to clean up after a hard day's work. Then we ordered pizzas, and mine came and it wasn't gluten-free, and being celiac, I had a lovely night last night, yes. So it was one of those days yesterday, but we're back to it today, and the sun and the warmth hopefully will help dry out the carpet in the hallway. Anyhow, hi Liz, thank you. I'm glad you're watching again. I love that you watch, and look, it's a fun little project, so give it a try. And as I said, it's great. I can see little girls going home from even birthday parties with this bag full of their little goodies. Why go and just buy something, cheap and nasty when you can quickly whip one of these up and fill it with some little lollies and balloons for them. And as for Christmas, I can think of it. I actually can think of, for the guys, the little chocolates filled with alcohol, the little chocolate bottles. I think a couple of those in there will make them happy. They won't mind. I'll make it a bit more toolkit-wise. I can make it look like a toolkit. I know something I didn't do. Have you time? Let's go down to the desk. I actually was going to do something else to it. Here I am yakking away, and I've just remembered I was going to... The toolbox reminded me, because I thought, I could do that. I put on my practice one just a couple of little gold, to go with the gold writing, just to make it stand out. In fact, I did a couple of things, more blingy bits. I didn't bling it. Of course, you've got to have the what is it called? The handle stuck down, and you need something on the catch. So there's the gold bits all linking in, and of course, you know me, got to add some sparkle wherever I threw it. I did have it out earlier. There goes those packs all over the floor. I was going to put some of this on, wasn't I? Just to make it all stand out and sparkle. Bit of Winker Stella. So it's glittery. All these little bits that we added on the front. Now we want that up the top. So we'll just get some glitter on that. There you go. That was my glittery, sparkly bits. So that we've got a bit of sparkle on what we've highlighting. And of course we've got our gold studs. And that's what you can do to make it blokey. You can make it look like a lunchbox for a guy. Handbag for a girl, lunchbox for a guy. Oh, let's get back to me. That was quick, wasn't it? Sorry about that. Sorry about that, Chief. Oh, a bit of Maxwell Smart there. So there you go. You've got your blingy bits and your sparkle and your little spit where they know now. Oh, I've got to open it at the dot where the little bit of bling is. And there, I've got that. Bit of tissue paper in there and a few things, and it's done. Right, I hope you enjoyed that. I enjoyed making it. I nearly left out all the fun bits of the sparkle, but you can do anything, as I said. All right, have a good week, and I will catch up with you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.